Hello and welcome to the first edition of a quick quizzical education. I'm just trying something out. I want to see how well these videos can connect up to some quizzes on Show My Homework in light of the issues that we're having with Hegarty Maths. So thanks for having a look and good luck on the quiz. The learning inquiry then is going to be, can Mr. Clegg narrate a PowerPoint, create a simple video and get you to test yourself using the Show My Homework quiz, and maybe you can give me some feedback on that at the end. So I'm just going to shove that up there. Today's topic is going to be negative indices, and you need to recall some of your prior knowledge in order to access this. You need to understand that when we're multiplying, we add the powers. When we're dividing, we subtract the powers. When you've got a bracket, you multiply them. And you also kind of need to recognise, although we will look at a little bit where this comes from, that anything to the power of 0 is 1. If you don't know any of these, then it's worth going back and just double checking through them. There's plenty of resources available online. If you're unsure, let me know and I will direct you some. Here we go then. The first thing to consider is this. If we understand how powers work, so for example that 3 to the power of 4 means 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, which gives you 81. You can check that if you don't believe me. And we also understand that 3 to the power of 3 is just 3 times 3 times 3, 27. And that 3 to the power of 2, or 3 squared, is 3 times 3, which is 9. Then we can think about the pattern and what's happening. Also, if we consider that 3 to the power of 1 is just a 3, and so it's worth 3, we can kind of consider the pattern that's happening as we move down there, and that'll help us spot what happens with a 0 power and also a negative power. So as you can see, as we're moving down, we're timesing by 1 less 3. So effectively, we're dividing by 3. 81 divided by 3 is 27. 27 divided by 3 is 9. 9 divided by 3 is 3. So we should be able to consider that 3 to the power of 0 is just going to be 1, because 3 divided by 3 would be 1. 3 people share 3 sweets, they get 1 each. This also means, if the pattern continues, that 3 to the negative 1, as I remove another power, should take me down to 1 over 3, 1 divided by 3. Let's just continue that thought here then. If we consider that 3 to the 0 is 1, and we've divided by another 3 to get down to a third, if I divide by 3 again, that's a third divided by 3, takes us down to 1 over 9. Now actually, I think there's something very interesting happening here. Because if I divide by 3 again, I get down to 1 over 27. And there is a pattern that we need to be able to spot so that we can develop a general rule. Effectively, when I have 3 to the minus 2, I've got 1 over 9, which if you return back to the other slides, is 1 over 3 squared. 1 over 27 is actually the same as having 1 over 3 to the power of 3, which is really interesting. So if we want to develop a rule in general, let's have a quick look. We've got 3 to the power of minus 2 is 1 over 3 to the power of regular 2. We've got 3 to the power of minus 3 is equivalent to 1 over 3 to the power of positive 3. And so, as a general rule, we can say that anything to a negative power can be rewritten as 1 over that same value to the positive power.